Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Depending on where you are in the world. It could be morning, could be afternoon, could be evening, whether you're somewhere amazing or somewhere amazing. And depending on when you're watching the replay. So I want to say good morning. I want to say welcome. I just decided to go live this morning. I was like, I don't need to be all fancy. We're just going to do this thing. We're going to have this conversation. We're going to make it work. So just give me 1 second to make sure that I can see myself. Okay, there's my feedback. Hold on 1 second. All right, good. I was hearing myself feedback. So hey guys. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. Hopefully you're up, rocking and rolling, or preparing to rock and roll. I have this thing I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk about your child's business, and I want to know if you could be the problem, right? I want to know if you could be the problem. So and part of it is okay, I'm not totally talking to you directly. I'm talking to the parents. I'm talking to that parent. I'm talking to the one parent who could be the problem. And you're probably like, Tamara, why are you starting trash? It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning. What is this all about? Hey, Hilda, how you doing? Well, yeah. Okay. So let me explain. I'm talking about opportunity. I'm talking about fear. I'm talking about getting out of your own way and recognizing what you don't know. I'm talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking to the parents out there, that, we consistently tell ourselves every day, oh, I'm doing the best I can, but you still aren't making much progress. You're thinking, this is hard. I'm struggling. I don't got time for this. I got to do this. They can just have a little bit. And I think, and this is coming out of, because I don't know. I've been talking to a lot of parents lately. I've been talking to a lot of partners through the Raising Mogul Family Business Summit, and a lot of industry leaders, people that are working to help small business and entrepreneurs build their businesses. And of course, when I'm introduced to a conversation, it's connected to kids' businesses, and what kind of opportunities can we create? What kind of things can we work on together to create greater opportunity for our young people? And some of the people I spoke to over the last week, their concern is okay, that's great, but you know why it's easier for people to have a youth camp or have a pop-up or something, or an experience that caters to the kids alone, is because the kids are actually interested. This is what they're telling me. The kids are interested. The kids have an open mind. The kids come in and they have their ideas or their dreams, and they're excited to create a business plan, or to come and learn how to create whatever product or service, or build whatever product or service is on their heart or they're passionate about. So they're excited about working with the kids, but they're not as excited about working with the parents. And I don't know. At first I was kind of annoyed. I was like, those are my people. How can you not be, how do you pick the kids but not want to work with the parents? I don't know. You know what I mean? It got me thinking, and I'm like, well, I have over 1,700 parents, and we have over 1,700 parents in the Raising Mogul community. And I'm like, but after some thought and actually thinking about it, I'm starting to think they're onto something. It makes sense, right? Obviously it makes sense to me. It should have become easy for me, because the Raising Mogul family, the Raising Mogul community exists because nobody was talking to the parents. But yet people have been talking to people, meaning organizations, schools. Yes, some schools do have people push in and talk about entrepreneurship. The world, the community, ever since the hashtags, kidpreneur, teenpreneur, teen CEO, teen boss, all that stuff, just was ignited. People are talking to the kids. They're excited about the kids. And we can talk about this in another live. They're looking to capitalize off the kids, right? Because it's a hot thing. Anything that's trending, people want to jump on board with, right? So obviously we've identified the fruitfulness, or we've identified the value and the kids and what they bring to the table, and how tribes and communities in the world will relate to them, and why they're the future, and it's important to pour into them and teach them, but nobody was talking to the parents. So I go back to saying that that's why the Raising a Mogul family, I keep saying the summit is in my brain, y'all. I can't even think about anything else. That's why the Raising a Mogul community exists, because we're the first people to start talking to the parents, right? But I never thought about, I don't know. I just have so much hope for my people being the Ram fam, that I didn't think like that they would be the problem, that the parents would be the problem. I know that young people, like I said, they come in with this fire and they're excited, and kids are just kids. They don't care a whole bunch about whatever your issue or your problem is, or whatever. They just say what they want. They want to do what they want. They're dreaming big. They're like, oh, this is a great opportunity. Why can't we do it? They're uninhibited. Like, they don't have barriers. They're just like, let's just do it, which is why they need to guide into the parents, so, that they can take healthy risk, right? Because kids are always ready to go. Whereas the parents, we've been kind of tainted or held back by the no's we've heard in the past, the things that the people have said, the naysayers, things that your mama said, your daddy said, your auntie said, your grandma said. We've been held back by those things that kind of, hacked at our confidence, hacked at our self-esteem, made us feel like we weren't enough, whatever your situation is, or if it's not you, somebody you might know. Whatever those things are that have held you back from success in your own life, eventually they pour over into our children. So that could be the problem, right? So we know, our kids are destined for greatness. However, we're like, I'm not even at the point where I know I'm destined for greatness and I ain't figured that out yet. You know what I mean? So I knew that was a thing, right? However, I also understood that parents go hard for their kids, and that if you're a soccer mom, if you're a football mom, if you're a dance mom, if you're a spelling bee mom, whatever the mom you are, like, you go hard at that. Like, your life is dedicated to making getting your child to the home, to the finish line, and making sure they show up great, and they have this little shiny shoes and the tights and the perfect track gear and the water bottle and all the stuff that this coach says they have to have, because you're not playing. It's like, my child's gonna show up great and blah, blah, blah. So I know that's in us as well. And then sometimes that's in all these things are in the same parent, most of the time, more often than not. But like, how does that show up in business, And so I was just thinking, and I'm like, I have to be honest. I feel like, there's some truth to that, meaning I've seen parents go harder for the team, the traditional view of success when it comes to kids, i.e. a sport, some other talent, even if it's just a piano, my child can play the piano, or my child, has an opportunity to travel abroad, or my child wants to go to this college, so we're going to apply for 50,000 scholarships, or whatever success looks like for you and your family, for your child. Those are considered more of a mainstream flow of what a young mogul or child or the family should be concerned with. Like, it's not unusual for you to see like, oh, Mary, her son's in dance, he's in football, he's in baseball, her daughter runs track, her daughter's she might be in football, she's playing the piano, she's playing first chair violin, she's a singer, it's like that family goes hard. They're doing everything. She's on a debate team, she's taking French, she's going to do an exchange student in Costa Rica. Like, that's all normal. But as soon as you say she started a business, or she's traveling abroad for a business conference, or he is going to pitch for $100,000, now it gets weird. So my goal is to really change the narrative around that, change the conversation around what's really normal. What do we consider normal? My daughter says it all the time: create your own normal. What we look at as mainstream. Like, mainstream in my house is business. Mainstream in my house is really whatever your free, creative, beautiful mind can consider, you can create. That's mainstream in my house. But everybody else's house is different, So when I was talking to these entrepreneurs and potential partners, I was annoyed. I was offended. I'm going to tell you right away, because they tend like that the parents are the problem. We have kids camps. We only work with the kids because the parents are the problem. Parents are resistant to the change. They're resistant to the idea that their kid could actually do it. They're resistant to the idea that kids need continuing education, that kids need training, that kids need coaching, that kids need an expert level. So you find the parent that's more willing to invest in a coach for their child for football or for basketball, or a voice coach or piano lessons, but the idea of your child taking business lessons is foreign. Like, how do I argue with that? Like, we have a lot of families in our community that's not the case. However, if we have 1,700 families or 1,700 young moguls represented, I'll say that, right? In that community, we probably have 100. I don't even know. I'm not a math person. Somebody tell me what percentage is 100 of the 1,700 that are actually committed and doing the work. And by committed and doing the work, like, I'm not saying you're not committed to your child. I'm not saying that my tribe, these are my people, y'all. So I'm just exploring the idea that we need to consider how other people see us. Not saying that we need to live our life according to it. However, we need to consider this because these people, whoever these people are, like the people out in the world that are hosting pitch competitions, that are creating opportunities, that are setting up foundations, that these people that we can connect with our children to, that can have the potential to help them build an empire, they want to talk to our kids, but they don't want to talk to us because they feel like when we walk in a room, we're the ones that are placing the barriers because of the old crap that we're dealing with. We don't believe that anything is possible. We're bringing our kid to the meeting because we think it could be whatever, but some of us haven't even bossed up mentally to the point where we actually think our child's business could actually be worth $1 million. Our child's idea is actually investable. And I know y'all like, Tamara, you're tripping. We wouldn't be at the meeting. We wouldn't be applying for the pitch competition if we didn't think it was investable. But here's the challenge. Here's the thing I need you to consider. And this is the thing that they're looking at. If you haven't invested in it yet, why the hell should they invest in it? If you don't believe enough to do the work to set up the business, like just register the freaking business, get the LLC, build the corporate structure, give everybody a name, you know what I mean? The basic business 101 steps so that you can then come out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social media, and actually be for real. If you haven't done that, why should they consider your application? Like, we're moving in a way where the fact that your child is really, really cute and super, super talented, and they do it so much better than everybody else that showed up for the audition, that stuff is gone. Like, you're really amazing. However, we're doing real business here, and we're not about to touch you if you don't have your stuff together. Like, that's the direction we're moving in. And part of the issue I'm thinking is that I don't know. You guys tell me this. Y'all are listening. Tell me what you think. I don't know where the barriers still exist. Why do we have so many opportunities? Like, I've been dropping opportunities in the community and over the last couple of weeks. One opportunity came up with a pitch competition where my daughter's Zandra's her actual pitch coach. She's actually, Christian Johnson is actually a part of the Zandra brand team. And it's a great opportunity for a young mogul to pitch for your younger mogul to pitch for $2,500. And I have so many parents that won't even consider it. This is what they'll do. And I know y'all gonna be like, this chick is tripping. But yes, I am. I'm tripping over the fact that y'all not doing the work. That's what I'm tripping over. And y'all can't be mad at me for calling you out. Like, this is just what I do. This is what I'm supposed to do. It's my responsibility, right? So I have so many parents, so many families that will jump on the free training, take notes, promise themselves, and really believe that they're going to do something with the information, but won't take the next step to actually apply for do the work so that they can actually be in the running for the money. Why'd you even show up? And I know you're probably like, oh, we're not ready, blah, blah, blah. But when do you get ready? What does getting ready look like? Getting ready looks like we don't know what we're doing. Let me go over here to this conference. Let me go over here to this summit. Let me go ahead and register for this free thing. Or let me go ahead and sacrifice and pay, go ahead and pay the $500 for this thing so we can get the training, so we can get the know-how, so we can be in the room with the people that can teach us. So then we can get ready. Ready looks like that, or get ready looks like, let me sign up for the free thing. Let me join the Raising a Mogul community and ask a whole bunch of questions and get next to the people that have done it. And then let me just go ahead and apply to this amazing opportunity anyways, because I can get ready while I'm getting ready. So it's like you either get ready through planning or you get ready because the opportunity is here and you're ready to jump. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's the same thing with like getting tires on your car or getting the oil. Like, it's like, it's like, okay, well, the tires or for example, like the inspection, right? Inspection or whatever, the light goes on. I don't know. It's like either that thing happens by planning or happens by force. You have to get your car fixed or the oil change, for example, because the little, it's time for the sticker to be replaced and it's every whatever miles the oil has to be changed. So by choice, you schedule it, you bring it in and you get the job done, right? No problem. It was planned. Or you on a freeway and the joint starts smoking when the lights are dinging and you got to pull over, have it towed or go to the nearest place. Either way, you got the problem fixed. One was planned. The other one was like, we have no choice. I got to get this done or it's going to cause a bigger problem. So it's the same. That's what I'm talking. If you could just wrap your mind around what I'm saying, that's where I'm going with this thing. So you're never going to be ready, but you can start work. You can either jump all in and get ready while you're getting ready, or you can plan to get ready. You can join communities. You can ask other people, but either way, you still need to be moving towards the goal. If not, what the heck are you doing? So we need to stop like with the looking around and saying that this is a real thing, but we're not willing to do things that build real things, because that's real fake. And the annoying part of it all is like, and I got annoyed because I'm like, dang, what do you mean you won't sponsor? Because it's a parent manager community. Like, I don't understand that. The parents, they're not ready. That's what they told me. The parents are not ready because parents aren't ready to invest. They want to drop their kids off and go about their business. But yet the same parents will invest $500, $600, $700, $900, $1,500 to get their life to hobnob, connect, smoogie, whatever, at some other conference with other business owners and leaders that you in your mind think are so much better than you, that you need to meet for whatever reason, I don't know. But you won't position your child for the same type of greatness. I don't get it. Somebody explain to me. Let me see what I'm missing. Hey, April. Hey, Trenda. Hilda says, and leveling up, slowly building our tribe. I'm not the problem because I realized I needed the help years ago. I know that's right, Hilda. Hilda said, I am not the problem. Let's be clear. I love it. Neftali said, stop talking to me that way. That's hilarious. But listen, like I was offended because I'm like, I got the dopest parents on the planet. But when you guys think about it, first of all you guys that are watching, like, y'all realize we have over 1,700 people in our community? How many of you guys do you even know? I posted a thread or whatever, a post in the group, like 2 days ago. And I was like, who do you want to collaborate in this community? So maybe like 20 parents are maybe on there. And I'm not talking about those of you that participate. I understand everybody's busy, but don't you think it's odd that maybe 100 of us, if you really sat down, you could probably write out maybe up to 100 families that you know, that you see out there, that you see supporting each other, you see showing up, you see applying, you see posting wins, or hey, hashtag help or hashtag question, right? Where's the other 1,600 people? Like, why do you even click the button? Why do you even click the button to join? And this is a real question. Like, I'm not judging. I'm just trying to understand, because then I know how to better serve. I'm seriously trying to figure this out, like, I don't know. Did my camera go out? Let me see. Looks like my camera went out. Can you guys hear me, see me? Because I don't see me anymore. I don't see me anymore at all. Oh, there I am. Now I got Facebook talking. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, Hilda, you said you can see me? Okay. All right. And you can hear me. I don't know. I can't see me anymore. I can't see my okay. So as long as you guys can see me, we're good. I can't see myself anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did wrong. All right, good. Okay. Oh, Tamika says, pitch what, where am I missing Ram? I'm missing Ram up to. So if you go in the group, actually, I did it in several groups. There was an opportunity from Zandra's pitch coach. Okay, someone give me a heart or thumbs up. I need a current so I know that you can hear me. I mean, not hear me, see me. Okay, I think you can see me. Anyways, so there was an opportunity. I did a live video. So just search hashtag opportunity. It was an opportunity for a pitch competition. And there was a training associated with the competition. And then there was there's an opportunity for your young mogul to actually pitch their business. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, good. All right, so let me just get back. So like, I don't want to, I was just about to lie to y'all, and I just don't do that. I was gonna say I don't want to rock the boat because that's what people say. I'm here to rock the boat. So let's just be real. But like I said, I was offended because I'm like, I got the dopest parents on the planet. How in the world can you say you don't want to deal with the parents? Like, what do you mean? But you can't. So here's the thing. We need to make it so that people cannot deal with our children without also dealing with us. We need to make that a prerequisite. And but we need to take the business that we're doing, that we're growing, just, even more is serious than we do summer camp. It's not the same thing. So summer camp, basketball camp, you go, you fill out the forms, you register, you drop your kid off. Not with business camp, not with anything about business. We need to start staying. Even with summer camp, we need to know, like, what are they learning? What are they teaching? Who are the counselors? What are they into? What does the practice look like? What kind of lunch are they serving? We need to start being more proactive. So if there's an opportunity in your community for your children, you need to show up, register to volunteer, find out how they're doing it, find out what they're teaching, find out how do we continue to keep the fire burning in our children going forward. What does that look like? What other opportunities are there available? So now you taught them how to build a business plan. What's the next step? What are you planning? And especially if they have sponsors, because if they have sponsors, you better believe that there should be some deliverables or some outcome assessment or some other next level that they're planning. Those are the kind of questions we should be asking. But a lot of us are just like, oh, here's an opportunity. Let's just go ahead and, sign our kid up, drop him off, and we're going to go to the movies while Johnny's at camp. We got to stop it. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that because we need to let people know that we're just as serious about building our kids' business as we are at figuring out what the heck we want to do. And I'm not even going to say building our business because most of us are still trying to figure out what we're trying to do. And that's overshadowing the fact that our kid actually has something great in the works. Why can't we all be great? Why can't you be building while your child is building? Why is it so unreasonable that when you invest in the expensive conference or event that everybody else is going to, so you need to be there because the pictures last year were bomb, why can't you invest in your child going too? Why do they have to be at home and then learn about it and be like, I'm just done. I'm done with that mentality. Done meaning done watching it and not speaking on it. When Xandra started in 2019, I took her everywhere. As soon as I found out that she was interested in being in having a business, like I was like, okay, so that means we doing the same thing then. So now every time we, she does something, I do something, I knew that she was going to be going with me. All the people that I met that I thought that can enhance my experiences, I made a decision to bring her along, so that when I pitched and I showed up great, shook hands, she did the same exact thing. She did the same exact thing. Excuse me, guys. I'm switching from screen to screen because Facebook is trying to keep me from being amazing. She was talking about y'all need cupcakes at summer camp. Hilda said we jumped on the training and qualified for the $50 for being the one of the first 10. Hey, see what I'm saying? Get ready. I love it. And so you're talking about sponsoring. So the Hilda and Shiva are both sponsors of the Raising a Mogul Family Business Summit. That's what their comments mean. They're talking about for exposure, support. Hold on. Since y'all brought that up, let me talk about that. So here's a personal thing. This is personal. And I know I'm about to step on toes, but once again, why do y'all expect me to do anything less? Because it hurts. When you step on people's toes, it hurts. And then you got to, even though once you've done being hurt and you've done dealing with the pain, you got to think about it. You got to think about it like, Dad, why'd she do that to me? Like, you got to think about it. It's uncomfortable. That's what I want people to be. I want y'all to be uncomfortable, because if you want success, if you want to grow, if you're trying to build an empire, I don't care if it's for you, your kid, whatever you want in life, you need to be uncomfortable as much as possible. Because if you're not uncomfortable, then you're not growing. You're not being stretched. You ain't getting nowhere. And that's the bottom line. If it's all comfy, cozy, and every single day is perfection, and you smiling every day, and you don't have any conflicts to resolve, and you don't have any decisions to make, you never get that feeling in your gut, like, it's not fun. It's not fun because it's not growing. I'm not saying we need to be uptight and stressed and crazy and whatever all the way, but on the way up is a little scary. When's the last time you went on an airplane and you felt nothing? That feeling is a part of the elevation. That feeling in your gut, that fear, that, oh my goodness, like those are clouds, like, oh, like no turning back, like that, all that's a part of your elevation. That means we're in flight. We're on our way. That's uncomfortable. And if you don't know what that feels like, then you haven't started moving yet. Then if you don't know that feeling I'm talking about, if you can't identify with that, then you need to start moving. Then you haven't even had your breakthrough moment yet. You haven't even hit go yet. You haven't even hit send yet. You're still on the blocks. Like, seriously, you're still on the blocks. And I know it's scary. I know it's overwhelming. However, we do stuff that's overwhelming and scary every single day. You need to just start doing stuff that's scary, overwhelming, terrifying for you and your family, for your kid, for your legacy, for your household. We put our neck on the lines every single day for other people, somebody else's business, somebody else's brand. We do all kinds of stuff for that paycheck, many of us. Somebody calls you and says, can you do whatever? Yep, I'm right on it. But when it comes time to sit down to plan yours or to work on yours, you get sleepy. Now we gotta, you gotta have phone calls. We gotta see what everybody else is doing on Facebook. Oh, I need my downtime. Ain't nobody got time for that. Y'all stressing me out. This, like, just all the stuff just comes into play. That's just distractions equals nonsense. Distractions equal nonsense. All right, I'm still playing around with my thing. So what I started to say, since Hilda and Shiva sponsorship, so we had an opportunity, and opportunity still exists if you want. So they decided to sponsor. So Shiva is sponsoring. She came on board right in the beginning as a sponsor. And we have other amazing brands like Sweet Christie's and Sassy G's and a couple other dynamic brands. You can go to the Raising a Mogul Raising a Mogul business page and check out our sponsors, or check them out in the community. We've been promoting them for the last couple months. And the opportunity. And a lot of us look at sponsorship like, we don't have money. We can't be giving people stuff. And you look at sponsorship as a negative thing, or you don't really identify the value in sponsorship. And I say everything I'm saying is because our kids don't have a problem giving anything away, because they don't have a problem opening their mind space into seeing how they can grab value out of whatever it is. You take your kids to a vending event and they're like, oh, I'm going to buy a nail polish, and then he's going to come and buy a cupcake. It's that simple, Mom. Whereas we overthink everything. We spend a lot of time considering everything. And it's like, oh my goodness, they're asking for something for free. How dare they? No. here's what we're doing. We're creating opportunities. So this is a mindset thing. This is a growth mindset thing. The opportunity is for you to donate, sponsor 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 things that everybody that walks through that door is going to interact with. When else do you have the opportunity to be in a room with 100 other people that have your thing in their hand? So now we look at this as an opportunity. Now, if you're in the BS Lab or the Raising Mogul Society, you understand how to flip an opportunity like this, meaning that's not just you giving away free product. That's an opportunity for you to take photos with these amazing kids that have your child's product in their hand, or that can verify or vouch for your child's service. You get to control that narrative. You get to take as many pictures as you want. You can request photos. And then with this summit, the most amazing thing about it is that you have kids that have major influence in the room that will highlight your product, your brand on their social media pages. And you can do the same for them. We're talking about connections and collaboration. So is that not worth $30, $100? Even if you donate 100 of something, if you know your number, but colors for that one thing. If your child has a book, what does a book cost to print? $4.50 max? Why wouldn't you donate a giveaway so that you can have pictures of a young person or several young people with this book that you can use over and over and over again, so that you can follow up with that person and say, hey, can I get a testimonial? Would you mind doing a short video for me? There's opportunities all around us. We just need to tap into them. And we as the adults need to start looking at things more critically, and not critically like I'm going to be critical and pick out all the reasons why this won't work, but critically like, how can I make this work for us? How can I give value? How can I serve and still get what we need to get to the next level at the same time? How do we make this a win-win for everyone? And that just comes from asking questions. If someone's asked you for sponsorship, or they ask you to participate, or they ask you to buy a ticket, or they present you with an opportunity, I don't care, whatever is in front of you, whether it cost you or not, you got to start asking the right questions, because you don't even know if it's going to be something that could change your life, because you just scrolled past it because you assumed it wasn't for you. We got to stop doing it. We got to stop doing that. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining. So that kind of all comes down to the idea of your child's business. Are you the problem? And many of us are the problem. And I have to say that. And once again, I'm going back to 1,700 people in the community and only 100 active people. And am I doing this to shake trees? Am I having this conversation to ignite the fire in some people, or to spark the flame in some people, or to get some people moving, or even just to get some parents to take what they've done so far into consideration? You betcha. Absolutely. I want it all to be taken in consideration. I want everybody to look at themselves critically and see where we can make adjustments. And I'm not saying like you have to do any of this, right? This is just from my perspective, information, things I've done, processes I've adopted that have helped me and my young mogul build great success. I just couldn't stand around. I had to start moving. And I had to include her in everything I thought was good enough for me. I had to include her in it as well. There was no separation. I don't go places. I don't sign up for stuff that my child can't also go to. If I'm in business, we're in business. If she's in business, we're in business. So even when I was in corporate and there was continuing education and different things, if there was I would read the outline of the conference or the event and see if there's something that she could get from it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be there. I might as well fly her to Atlanta with me. I might as well fly her to Chicago with me. Let's see how this is gonna work. Because the more she's in these spaces, the more comfortable she'll be. The more she has to walk up and shake hands and pitch her business and tell people, pitch herself, the stronger she'll be. And it worked. We started it when she was 9. By the time she was 11, I didn't have to look at her in the room no more. By the time she was 13, she was doing interviews, and we would be in the room and we'd meet up later at the food at the buffet line, like, so how many cards did you get? What happened? He said, what? Yeah, mom, because this guy said, and we need to call him. We need to talk about this. That's power. That's expansion. That's stretching your child. But none of that stuff can happen if they're not in the room. If you're just there getting your best life and they're at home watching cartoons and eating cereal. We can't do that. Hilda says, hopefully they will wake up, but if not, the show will go on. The show always goes on, Hilda. I agree. Yeah, we're all missing out on opportunities. So many of us are missing out on opportunities, but that brings me back to the question, why? Not why are you missing out on opportunities, but why are you here? Here in whatever space you're in that's built and designed to help you level up. I don't want anyone to confuse what I'm saying with badgering or me being salty or any of that stuff. Like, why are people not investing in certain things? And what does that look like for you? That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, if you join a community, if you join a tribe, if you go to the conference, if you sit at the table, if you register for the free event, if you get in your car and you drive to the workshop, why not give it all you got? Why just be there? None of us have any time to waste. We're busy. We got laundry to do. The dishes, the floors. You have to go to work. You have to sit at your desk and figure out how you're going to make your money. Kids got to go to sports, music lessons, whatever your family is doing. We have to go to church. We have other stuff to do. So when you spend time in the Raising a Mogul community, when you spend time in whatever business building community that you're attached to, what are you spending? Are you asking questions? Are you giving value? Are you extracting value? Or are you just scrolling, screenshotting, downloading all the freebies and putting them in a Dropbox or in a drive or in a folder, knowing daggone well you don't have no intention of doing any of it? I want to challenge y'all this week. Whatever catches your eye, whatever you're like, oh, I need to learn more about that. Take that one thing and actually do something with it. Whatever the best freebie you're going to find, or whatever the most favorite live you listen to that you like, oh, that's going to change. That just changed my life. You spoke to my soul. We do it often because someone speaks to your soul at 10 and then by noon, your soul is being spoken to again by somebody else. But the problem with all of this is that nobody's moving. We're watching other people move and listening to what they have to say, but we're still stuck. So download the freebie, join the group, but participate, take action, implement. Whatever your thing is, figure out a way to make it work for you and your children. And your children and your child. Instead of just being like, oh, we're going to figure out how to do an ebook. And then we're going to do this because I watched 5 lives this week. So one was about ebooking. One was about setting up YouTube. The other one was about starting my t-shirt line. And the other one was about how to do custom mugs. And no, one thing. Find the one thing. Whatever intrigues you, whatever floats your boat, whatever excites you, find the one thing. But you stop sitting around and waiting for the answers to come to you. Ask questions. You're the problem. If your child said they wanted to do something in the summer of 2018, and now we in the summer of 2019, and y'all don't even have anything written down on paper, you're the problem. You're the problem. Because the same way you make an appointment to get your hair done and your nails done and go to Miami with your girlfriends or go buy Final Four basketball or whatever the sport is tickets, and you plan for that, you need to plan for your child's success. Hilda says, my child has grown so much in 1 year, mind-boggling results when you put in the work. Absolutely. Yes, so much stuff. We did vending and swim practice on Saturday. It's a lot. It's a lot, but you make it happen. Absolutely. You make it happen. But this is what it's like, right? Like, they didn't have to be here. So our job is to create the opportunities, push them toward their greatness, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. But this is not for everyone. That's my disclaimer. This is not for everyone. So if this is not your business, your family motto, if you're not a CEO, you're not running your household this way, that's fine. Then I'm not talking to you. I'm just not talking to you and say yes, or even all the other business. And I say the group, meaning any business building group, because most of them have questions nowadays that says, will you advertise? Are you serious? Will you give value? Will you not be a jerk? Will you not, spam us? Like, everybody's joined the group and you have to answer those questions, right? A group and you have to answer those questions. That's your pledge. You don't just join a group just to sit around. You join a group to connect with the other like-minded people in that space. So that way you can lift off. So we got to stop as parents, stop allowing our own insecurities, our fears, our hangups, our whatever. Stop it from, we have to stop allowing those things to hold our children back. I want to say hold us back, but y'all can talk to Dr. Tiffany about that at the summit. Because she's going to be talking about the psychological effects of entrepreneurship. This thing is real, right? But it's amazing, though, that as parents, right, and leaders in our household, we're capable of being stuck somewhere, but pushing our children past, through it, over it, or under it, right? Because that's how mentally strong we are. That's how much we love our kids. So I know that you're capable, but there's some instances where we get stuck because we can't get out of our own way because we're either afraid to invest. We're either afraid to invest or afraid to admit that we don't know it. And once again, investment does not always equal money. It could be your time. It could be your ego, meaning get over your ego and actually admit that you don't know what the hell is going on, right? It could mean, investing in another relationship that could build yours with your child or build your business. Invest value, sharing what you know with the other people in the community so that they can give you, they'll share with you what they know so we can grow together. So that's just was on my heart, like, because I was just really, I talked to the last, like, I was like, really, I had this conversation with 3 different people. And I just was like, what do you mean? And if you guys didn't hear me in the beginning, this all came from me talking to community partners and partners. I'm already working on Ram Summit 20 and talking, because people are hearing it. We're making a lot of noise and they're like, oh, I wish I had known, we would have joined forces and whatever. But as soon as they come together and they're like, this is amazing. I'm like, well, my community is really built on supporting the parent managers. It's like, oh, like people want to give to the kids, but they don't want to give to y'all because they feel like y'all should know better. Give meaning resources, opportunities, you know what I mean? But what my stance is that the parents need just as much training. The parents need just as much exposure and attention, because if the parents don't get this down, if the parents aren't strong in this area, the kids can only go so far. It makes sense, right? So they get it, but they're like, we'll do a camp or do something, for the kids, but the parents, y'all on your own. In other words, they should know better. But that's not fair. Like we're a family business. We're a family unit. I want to connect with us together. I want the family to learn and grow together. Hence the Raising a Mogul Family Business Summit, But so that's what started all this, you guys. So if you're coming onto the live a little bit, just joining us, welcome. And by the way, you guys, I hope you shared this video. It looks like we got 5 shares and they're probably all 5 are mine. So if you're not shared this video, now would be an amazing time. And I thank you in advance. I want you guys to stop being worried about the wrong thing. So many of us are worried. And I feel like I'm answering my question in regards to that we have 1,700 people in the group and only 100 actually actively participate. So many people are worried about, the fact that, they might not have the best wins to share yet. And they're not recognizing the small thing of just creating your child saying they have the idea. We're not recognizing that as success. We're not recognizing the idea that you registered your business and you're now officially a DBA, or the fact that you figured out what the name's going to be, or you wrote out your mission statement. Those are all success stories, and you need to share them with us so we can celebrate with you. So we're comparing ourselves to other people in the group, outside the group. How come they did it? How come my child's name wasn't called? How come they didn't share my post? How come they didn't vote for me? We're focused on the wrong thing. I need y'all to focus on the one thing, which is building your child's empire, which is building your empire, which is building your family empire. I'm just naming stuff. I don't know all the details. I ain't been through all y'all drawers and sat in your kitchen and ate your foods. I don't know what everybody's struggling with. I don't know the reasons that we as parent managers are allowing things to hold us back. I have no idea what it is. But I know one thing, you're not going to be able to overcome it if you don't identify it, admit to it, and speak on it. And ask questions about it. We can't get any better if we don't start connecting with other people that have mastered the areas in which we struggle. And once again, there is always going to be an investment. There's always going to be an investment. So if you think you are going to get something for free from anybody, you are mistaken and you are not ready. And I'll go back to telling you, investment, time, energy, effort, value you bring to the table. And also and many times financially, but it doesn't have to start there. It doesn't have to start there. Any resource that you have and you're willing to give it in exchange for is an investment. But some of us don't even see that. We're not even looking at what we have inside us, what value we bring. So we just keep scrolling. We don't even apply because we don't even think that much of ourselves. Just because you don't have it, it's not in the budget this month, doesn't mean you don't have something to give. Doesn't mean we can't barter. It doesn't mean you can't then ask questions and take what you can get and work the hell out of that with all the free stuff in the community. Right now, anybody listening to this, anybody in that Raising Mogul community, any one of those 1,700 people can build a business from the ground up just with the information that's available in that community. Hashtag opportunity, hashtag help, hashtag question, hashtag resource, hashtag RAM hack. Any of those hashtags, search them. Search them. And I guarantee you this information is in there. Scroll through the group. Watch what other people are doing. You guys are doing it in the other big business groups you're in. Do it in our community and support your child. So once again, I want to reiterate that many of us have been worried about the wrong thing. We're talking about, we're worried. We're all upset on our feelings because did nobody share my child's whatever. Nobody voted for me. I don't get the support. I'm not feeling. You need to be your own support. You need to show up consistently. Stop causing problems. Show up consistently. Give as much as you expect to give, and then things will go smoothly for you. We have to be focused on the one thing, but we can't get upset every time something doesn't go our way. And I say that because our kids are watching us. And I get upset, just like as much as y'all. But you know what I do is I keep moving. I can't tell you how many challenges I've had in just the last month with this summit, planning the summit. I can't tell you how many challenges I had in the last 2 freaking days with this summit. This summit is kicking my butt. Right now it's kicking my butt. But guess who's going to win? I guarantee you I'm going to win. But it's kicking my butt. I mean, just challenges. But I keep moving. I reset. I rethink. I repray it out. I meditate. I consult with myself. I consult with my mastermind brothers and sisters. I have my people. I go to my people and I ask, is this normal? Should I be feeling this? Should I be wanting to put all this in the trash? Throw the whole summit in the trash. Is that a normal feeling at this point? What are we, 16 days away? Is this normal? And then when you have people that you can connect with, that you can reach out to, that you trust to back into you, that reinvigorates, it reignites your strength. Then you start to see things a little bit differently. That's why you need a tribe. I know I'm all over the place with this live, but it just is all so relevant. And I'm so passionate about it because I need y'all to understand why you need to get involved and stop being the problem. The information is there. You just need to invest in it. So all that other stuff doesn't matter. What matters is the big dream, the goal, the vision on the board, what your child said they want to do, what your family talked about in the family meeting. And by the way, if you're not having family meetings, you need to add that into your life, at least once a week. Y'all have meetings at work, you need a family meeting. At work, we touch and agree. We talk about what the week's going to look like. What the team go, what your responsibilities are, what's happening here. We do check-ins. We look each other in the eye. We write memos. We do agendas. Same thing as if you're running your household. If you're the CEO of your household, you should be calling meetings. So that big dream, that goal, the one big thing, that's what needs to stay in front of our minds. That's what we need to be focused forward on that alone. And then everything else falls right in line. Hilda said, win or win. I know that's right. Win or win. So here's my last before I get ready to go do the other 50 things I have to do today. And by the way, I will be going live with a couple people today. So keep a lookout for me as we get closer to the summit. I'm not stopping. I know y'all saw me going hard, 2 weeks ago, last week. I'm still going hard, even if the tickets, we're done pretty much selling our spots, or the opportunities are less, because we're getting so close and it's time to, move on. We've actually closed ticket sales, but let me tell y'all this. We closed ticket sales, but I reopened it to three young moguls, opportunities for 3 young moguls to come to the Raising a Mogul Family Business Summit for free 99. The only thing that needed to happen was the parent also needed to attend, which meant they had to buy a ticket. Right now, full transparency, the ticket is $199. That's $200. That's $100 for you, $100 for your young mogul. That's for $200 for you to come get your business life and be in the room with some of the top young moguls in the country. And even globally, because we have families coming in from that are not even from this country. $200 for 2.5 full days of training and experiences and just everything that we're building in. Those parents are the problem. I understand if you have other preconceived, I'm not talking to you if there's like some unforeseen reason why you can't do it or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the parent that has it or has the means to get it or can figure it out, but they just scrolled past it because she's not talking to me. My child's not ready. Ain't nobody doing all that. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Lakia says, thank you so much for this real talk. I truly felt the sponsoring consistent finance due to the patron ad. Sponsoring consisted of finances due to the patron ad, which will truly be able to do soon. My son would like to donate his items. Lakia, that's awesome. Thank you. But Lakia, by the way, is a perfect example of, and Lakia, hopefully you don't mind me sharing, but you've been very public about it, of doing the work and doing whatever it takes. She is coming from Buffalo, New York, and going to Atlanta to the summit. She's bringing her family, and they did a series of fundraisers. She started early, and she was like, by any means necessary, I'm going to be there. I'm trusting God, and it's going to happen. Like literally fundraising in her own space, in her own town, like going to football games, going to the parks, doing whatever she needed to do, selling hot dogs, selling chips, selling sodas, like, anybody else have anything else they need done, because she slowly built up her funds so she can attend the summit. She was like, we're going to do whatever we got to do. We're going to be there by any means necessary, because she's focused on the one thing. And she understands the value. So I don't know, guys. So I'm going to leave you with this. I just want you to stay in the game, stay connected, stay out of your own freaking way, pay attention. Just understand that the opportunities are there. You just need to tap into them. You need to tap into them. And you need to tap into them for the right reason. Like once you get over the hump in this whole thing we called parent management, it becomes less about your child being seen in lights. It becomes less about, your child being on TV and your child having their face on a pretty graphic. It becomes less about how many shares your kid that people share and hype up your kid for whatever reason. If the words are escaping me, it becomes less about that vain part of the visibility, which, don't get me wrong, there's a place for that and it's absolutely necessary. So, because I teach that. So absolutely, I can teach you how to blow your kid up. But what you also need to learn is how to do business well. So that visibility, that lights, camera, action, fluffy, worldly stuff, once you get over a certain point and you decide we're doing real business, we're building a legacy, we're building empires here, that stuff is no longer your focus. But guess what happens? That stuff comes along naturally. People will start to follow you as your child grows and becomes an influencer, as you start to support them fearlessly, take risk, start getting used to breathing at this higher elevation. All that fame and the lights, camera, action, that's going to come anyways. However, that can't be your original focus. Your original focus has to be serving your people, serving your community, focusing on the one thing, on this product, this service, growing this business and doing business well. Not child's play, not considering it as if it's a second-class citizen to your dream. to your business, to your brand. Once you get over that hump and you're like, wait a minute, this is actually a real thing. We could actually save some people. We could actually help people. We could actually support people. We might be able to sponsor. We might be able to pitch. We might be able to go to that conference and, and invest $3,000 into an experience in 2022. You know what I mean? Like whatever the big thing is that you want to do. We might be able to go to the trade show and pay $10,000 for a booth. We might be able to get our products into Sally's or to Target. We might be able to get that huge government contract and hire 4 or 5 employees to work at all the public schools in our areas. We might be able to get that partnership with Microsoft. We might be able to get invited to Google to speak. We might, create major collaborations and partnerships with huge businesses and organizations that could save other kids or families or teach and train other families globally. We might be able to travel internationally to teach kids in classrooms. Like the possibilities are endless, but not until you get over the hump of thinking so small about this thing that you're creating, that you're building. Stop thinking so small of your child and also so small of yourself. Soon as you decide, and you have to write out an LLC paperwork, or you file paperwork with the state, and you gotta you have a tax ID and you're gonna get a tax bill. Oh, it gets real fast. It's like we need to get off the pot. So whatever that thing is for you. But for many of us, I really think we're dabbling, we're playing around in the wrong water. We're dibbling and dabbling in the wrong space. I'm gonna do it, Shiva. I'm gonna go back to chickens. You're hanging out with the chickens when you really should be spending time with the eagles. You're talking to the wrong people, or you're not talking at all. You're staying in your space, in your head, in your own frame, in your own comfort spot, your cushy, warm spot, and you're not stretching yourself. You're not looking. You're looking around for stuff, but you're not moving on it. You see it. You know it's there. You could touch it, but you just don't believe it. Stop thinking we're not talking to you. We're talking to you. When I talk to you about your child being a millionaire before they can drive, before they can vote, I'm talking to you. Don't believe that it's not possible just because you didn't do it yet. Y'all can do it together. Reset. It's never too late, but you have to have the mindset and you have to be connected to the right people. Right? So if you're not connected now, I'm inviting you all, anybody that's listening, to join or that's going to watch the replay, #replay, the Raising a Mogul community. Free. And as I said before, you can literally join the Raising a Mogul community. And if you pay attention, if you spend as much time in that group, getting the information that you need as you spend watching your stories or whatever else you do that is not going to help you build the empire, or is not going to bring no money into your household, or whatever the other nonsense. Everybody has their own nonsense. I'm not talking about your relaxation time. I'm talking about your time wasting time. If you spend just as much time and energy and effort working on getting what you can get out of just that community, I challenge you just this week, go through the community and see what you can do. I'm talking to the 1,600, not the 100. I got 100 active, and I'm being generous, and I got 1,600 waiting. What are you waiting for? That's a serious question. What are you waiting for? I challenge you to go in that group, get the answers you need, #question, #help. So that way, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, you can start to position yourself and your child as the expert in their industry. And then you can come back and respond to somebody's #help, #question. That's the greatest, that's the best thing in the world when you see that happen. Somebody that was struggling in January, now in June, is getting ready to do a webinar on it. Come on. But that's the growth we're talking about. We're not talking about, it took me 3 years. I've been trying to write my book for 6 years. And, 10 years ago, I had an idea. Nah, son. We're not doing that. We're on a fast track to success here. And if you're not with it, then you just not with it. But I would love for you guys to get with it. Get on board. Raising a Mogul Family Business Summit is happening in June, in this month. Oh my God, it is June, you guys. It's happening the 27th through the 30th in Atlanta, Georgia. Like I said, I still And I'm not giving up on this. I said, so I have to give my count to the hotel today, but I'm just going to go ahead and overcount, which means I'm not even getting into that with the hotel. But anyways, what I will tell you is I still have 3 young moguls who have been sponsored. That's a $125 ticket. Your child can come to the summit weekend for free. But what you need to do is you need to buy your adult ticket. I'm not negotiating it at all. Because if you and your young mogul can come and sit next to me for 3 days for $200, if I were you, I'd jump on it. And if you don't understand the value, you're in the wrong community and you're watching the wrong live. I'll talk to you guys soon. Join the Raise Their Mogul community if you want to help build your child's empire. If you want to hobnob and connect with the best parent managers on the globe, we got them. We got them. We got them. And we're here to support you. Talk to you all soon. Stop being the problem, please.